They aren't dating you, they're farming you. Devaluation isn't just an insult, it is slow burn identity erosion. The manipulator doesn't need you to feel bad once. They need you to believe your fundamental worth is flawed, and only they can tolerate it. They systematically reduce your self-worth until you confuse their presence with survival. How it looks. You mentioned a promotion. They sigh. That is cute. But honestly, you're lucky. They didn't catch that mistake you made last week. Nobody else would overlook that. Or you put on a new outfit. Their response, it's fine, I guess. If you could just get your hair right, you might actually look put together. I have high standards. And I'm the only one willing to put up with your mess. This works because they tap into your deepest insecurity, using comparison and casual contempt. They make every success feel like an accident, and every mistake feel like a core personality flaw. Your brain starts linking their criticism to safety, because if you leave, who else would put up with you? Listen for these. You're lucky to have me, or nobody else would put up with you. The classic. You can't do anything right, but I still love you, idiot. It is not love, it is control. You start believing you don't deserve better, and that is exactly where they want you. Now, once they've broken your self-worth, they install the fear engine. Emotional blackmail is weaponized desperation. It's not about their pain, it's about using threats to lock down your behavior. They want you terrified of the consequences of your own freedom. They make your leaving feel like a morally unforgivable act, positioning themselves as the fragile victim whose life depends on your compliance. Scenario 1, you try to break up. They don't plead, they threaten. If you walk out that door, I will kill myself. You will be responsible for my death. Or maybe it's less extreme, but equally manipulative. Go ahead, leave. I'll tell everyone at your work about that secret you told me. And watch your life implode. You'll regret this. This works because it slams you into a moral panic. You feel trapped between your sanity and their supposed survival. They force you to prioritize their emotional stability, which is entirely fictional, over your own well-being. They leverage your empathy as a chain. Marker phrases are sharp and unambiguous. If you leave, I'll kill myself. I'll tell everyone your secrets. And the chillingly simple, you'll regret this. They are conditioning you. Your needs equal their destruction. This high-stakes drama ensures you stay out of paralyzing fear, not love. But if you try to express how terrible this feels, they just switch tactics. Diminishing is gaslighting's quieter cousin. It is the systematic erasure of your reality. They don't just disagree, they make your feelings concerns and experiences completely invalid, turning your genuine distress into a punchline. The goal is simple, make you stop trusting your own internal compass. Imagine confronting them about a blatant disrespect, like flirting with someone else at a party. Their reaction, an eye roll. Seriously, you're making a scene over nothing. You're too sensitive. Or you express stress about work and they cut you off. Oh, stop overreacting. It is not a big deal. You just like the drama. They never address the actual issue. They attack the legitimacy of your response. Why does this break people? Because humans need validation. When the person closest to you consistently treats your emotional landscape as an irrelevant exaggeration, you start internalizing the idea that your feelings are wrong. You hesitate, you second guess, and eventually you accept mistreatment as normal because you're told your pain is self-inflicted. Listen for the dismissal. You're too sensitive. It is not a big deal. Stop overreacting. The most insidious one. I was just joking. Can't you take a joke? They minimize your pain so they never have to take responsibility for causing it. And if you try to fight back with legitimate sadness, they use the next trick to shut you down. Toxic positivity is emotional censorship disguised as wellness. It's the manipulation that shames you for having any negative emotion whatsoever, framing genuine pain or legitimate concern as a weak character trait. They use this to avoid accountability and ensure the relationship is only ever surface level good vibes, which means they never have to deal with real conflict. Context, you've just lost a major opportunity and you're devastated. You reach out for comfort, they respond, why are you dwelling on it? Just be positive you manifested this negativity. They don't offer support, they offer judgment wrapped in motivational speaker garbage. Or when you try to discuss a serious issue in the relationship, they pivot. We need good vibes only right now. You're bringing everyone down with this energy. This works because it exploits the societal pressure to always appear happy and resilient. By labeling your real distress as bad energy, they force you to suppress legitimate concerns. You can't express anger, sadness, or fear, which means you can never address the root problems, namely, their toxic behavior. Key phrases are sickly sweet and damaging. Just be positive. Good vibes only. You're bringing everyone down. The ultimate shutdown. If you keep thinking like that, you deserve bad things to happen. They want your compliance, and negative emotions signal non-compliance. When all else fails, they retreat into the ultimate punishment. The silent treatment isn't avoidance. It is calculated psychological warfare. It is the active, deliberate withdrawal of communication, and presence used as a coercive punishment. They refuse to communicate, act like you don't exist, and force you into an emotional void until you break and beg for contact, Debbie. Often apologizing for offenses you didn't even commit. It's Sunday morning. You disagree over something small on Saturday night. Now, they walk past you like your furniture. They don't respond to texts. They don't look at you. If you ask what's wrong, the response is often a heavy sigh and a vague, you know what you did. The goal is maximum anxiety and minimum clarity. They want you panicked, desperate to restore the connection. Even if it means sacrificing your dignity. This technique is brutal because humans are wired for connection. Isolation triggers the same distress signals as physical pain. By withholding emotional validation, the manipulator leverages your biological need for attachment. You panic, you over-apologize, and you accept the premise that you are solely responsible for fixing a broken connection, thus giving them total control. There are almost no phrases, just the vacuum of sound. But when they do speak, it's usually, you know what you did, or the classic power move, figure it out yourself. The silence is a command, change your behavior, or remain invisible. You do anything to end the torture, reinforcing their power to turn you on and off at will. This is the final nail in the coffin of your self-respect. If you recognized even one of these patterns in your relationship, you are not dating a person. You are interacting with a system designed to extract your boundaries and consume your self-worth. They didn't fall in love with you. They found a project they could control and diminish. This isn't complexity. It is cruelty. The devaluation breaks your foundation. The blackmail traps you in fear. The diminishing makes you question your sanity. The toxic positivity silences your pain. And the silent treatment starves you until you grovel for a crumb of attention. This is not a safe harbor. This is a cage built from your own empathy and confusion. Understand this. Manipulation thrives in the gray area. The place where you keep giving them the benefit of the doubt. Stop giving it. Your goal is not to fix them. Your goal is to exit the system. They will escalate the moment you pull away. They will use every trick listed here. But the moment you recognize the script, the illusion of their power shatters. Your sanity is non-negotiable. Stop justifying the abuse. Start planning the escape. The cost of staying is you.